A book is the only gift which you can probably open again and again. What is striking about this quote is the fact that indeed a book is a gift. If there's something which can hold you in good stead in life, it's your communication skill. And reading is probably the only habit which will ensure that steadily you can build on your vocabulary and build on your communication skill. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into today's reading extract. She stopped short and retraced the steps. The traffic was insane, and considering it was the wee hours of the morning, it was unexpected. The cars had made a beeline for the nearest exit, choking up every possible lane. It is time Mumbai gets a facelift. The financial capital of the country deserves better. Infrastructure forms the bedrock and is the lifeline for any city. Steering through the traffic, the bikes and scooties worsened the situation. There was not even an iota of possibility to reach on time. I surrendered to the situation and I figured out sitting in my cozy car, twiddling my thumbs, I was just being a sulkpot, lamenting incessantly about non existent roadblocks. In life, we need to learn to look at the brighter side of things. Things start looking up when we are grateful. Embrace the unknown. It's okay to be thrown into unpleasant situations. There are often those who grin and bear much worse. Making a mountain out of a molehill is for people with less threshold for discomfort. Rise above, breathe, keep calm. Life smiles back at those who smile even in the face of adversity. Well, that was an interesting read. Let's jump into the questions for today. There was one word in the extract which was for crazy. Which was that word that stood out? And it was the meaning of that word is crazy. Can you help me figure this one out? Well, you got it right. The word is insane. Insane essentially means crazy, something that is beyond normal levels. Let's take an example and understand this better. The passion and craze for cricket in India is insane. It's something we can't even comprehend. Early morning was expressed very interestingly in the video. Did you catch that phrase? What was the phrase for early morning hours? Well, you got this right. The phrase was wee hours of the morning. In the wee hours of the morning, it's best to get up and kickstart your day positively. There was one phrase in the extract which indicated this exactly what I'm doing. Can you tell me what that phrase was? This essentially means when, possibly we don't know what we are doing, we are bored, we are trying to make sense of things and we are just sitting around. So, getting bored, not really being able to pass time, and not being able to figure out what to do is known as. Well, you got this right. This action is known as twiddling thumbs. So, if I'm not clear what I need to do, I'm essentially twiddling thumbs. When we don't get what we want, we end up making a sad face. There was a very interesting term in the video for sad face. What was that term? Spot on. The word was sulkpot. So, sulkpot essentially is a person who's always lamenting or complaining or probably sad about things. When we stare at uncertainty or we are not sure what we are about to face, that is known as the unknown. So, we should not be afraid of the unknown. Instead, if we keep a positive frame of mind, then we are able to deal with the unknown much better. So, what was that phrase which helped you to express this thought better and it stood out in the extract? Think. Well, that's right. The phrase was embrace the unknown. Two words in the extract specifically referred to being the bigger person and developing better ability to deal with situations or overcome situations. You can say this entire thought with just two words, and the words were, you got that right. The words were rise above. Rise above is basically your ability to go beyond and above the situation and definitely have a better frame of mind to deal with it. So, rise above. Don't sit back and lament about things. Rise above and deal with them positively. When we read the extract, we read a very specific quote, which was about life smiling back at those who. So let's complete this quote. Think, what was it? Well, if you're grappling with this one, the quote was, life smiles back at those who smile even in the face of adversity. So when things are not going your way, you need to wear your smile nonetheless, because life will definitely smile back at you, and these are phases of life. We'll definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel if we keep a positive frame of mind. There was a very interesting phrase in the extract which spoke about exaggerating things, essentially making small things seem bigger than they are, which is known as, well, it essentially means making a mountain out of a molehill, which means the thing can be frivolous, not something you need to give a lot of importance to. But we tend to exaggerate it and make a mountain out of it, okay, which almost seems insurmountable. So, making a mountain out of a molehill means making things appear bigger than they are. There was a specific word in the extract that we read, and the word was for limit, a barrier kind of a thing. Beyond that limit or beyond that barrier, the thing is not acceptable. So let's take the example of patience. So I have a certain limit for patience. So what other word was there in the extract which indicated the barrier or limit for patience? The word is actually quite interesting, and I'm glad you found it. The word is threshold. So when that threshold is breached, you no longer can remain patient. Okay? So the limit or my threshold for patience was only this much, means my limit for patience was only this much. Complaining, something people love to do. What was the word in the paragraph that we read for complaining? Did you spot it? The word was lamenting. Lamenting means basically going on and on and on about something and not being satisfied about something. So, alternate word for complaining, lamenting. When you're stuck in a situation, you need to make your way through it. You need to find your way out. So, what word in the paragraph meant making your way through or finding your way through something? Did you catch on to it? The word was steer or steering. So I was trying to steer my way through the heavy traffic, which meant making my way through heavy traffic. Sometimes in life also you're stuck and you need to steer and find your way out of it. Another interesting word for it is navigate. Sometimes we are not okay with what's happening around us, but often we can't really do anything about it because not everything is within our control. In which case, wear a smile. That normally helps. So, the phrase for smiling even in the face of adversity was grin and bear. Yes, grin means smile, it is a type of a smile, and bear means bardash karna. So sometimes we need to grin and bear in certain situations. There are many words which can be used as alternates for problems. There was a very interesting word used in the paragraph that we read, which was an alternate to problems, and the word was, Yes, you got it right. The word was roadblocks. Roadblocks are basically obstacles or barriers which prevent us from moving forward. And if you think about it in life, there are roadblocks. We need to figure out how to overcome them. When your baby girl is cuddling up to you, the feeling that you get is warm and fuzzy, and it's so comfortable, so warm. What's another word? And that very same expression was used in the video to indicate warmth or that cuddly feeling or that. Yes, I think you're getting there. Think about it. What was the word? Well, I almost said it, as I got slightly carried away. The word was cozy. So when you're cuddling up to your baby girl, the feeling you get is a cozy, warm feeling. You can even use it as a compliment. What a cozy little place you have out here. Or if you're probably having a favorite restaurant in your locality, just because of the fact that it gives you a cozy feeling whenever you go there. Probably a cafe which has that kind of, charm. So cozy means something that makes you feel comfortable, warm, okay, and gives you a very fuzzy feeling in the heart. Transformation or makeover. In the extract, there was a line which said, Mumbai needs a makeover. What was the word for makeover? Well, the word was facelift. Facelift is transformation or makeover. It's borrowed from cosmetic surgery, I believe, but it's a very interesting term and can be used in any context when you're trying to say it needs to now look better and enhanced. So Mumbai needs a facelift. One word meant a small element of. Normally it is used in the context of doubt. Here it was used in the context of possibility. The word was, yes, iota. Iota of possibility, which meant even a small element of possibility. Imagine when something that you love and possibly, you are ready to queue up for it. And there are at least stalls in Mumbai that I know that people love to eat out there, and they're willing to stand in those, in that particular line for at least a couple of hours to get their favorite meal delivered to them. So, what is the other way of saying queuing up for something? What was the phrase in the extract that we read? Yes, it's so good to see you're mindful. The phrase was making a beeline for something. Making a beeline means basically queue up, okay? And there's so much demand for it that people are making a beeline for it. Poor infrastructure is basically, clogging up the system, or as used in the extract, the word for something that is getting suffocated because of poor infrastructure, the word was, yes, you can imagine this word very easily. It's called choking up. So when things are not moving smoothly ahead, it's because there is a choke up. So choking up is a feeling of suffocation because there's not a smooth passage available. A rock solid foundation. Foundation, the word in the extract was a different word and it meant the word foundation. So, what do you think was the word and how can you use it in a sentence? I'll be happy to see you using it in alternate sentences as well. Yes, indeed. The word was bedrock. Bedrock means the foundation या किसी चीज का आधार जिस पे कोई चीज खड़ी है. So for example, the bedrock of a good education system should be a conducive learning environment for the learners. In our life, there are some people who are on our speed dial. People we reach out to in case of adversity, people whom we reach out to sometimes just for a heart to heart chat, people whom we reach out to because they make our life comfortable or they make our life worthy of everything. So these people essentially are our support system. And there was a very interesting word in the extract for support system. Yes, this word was popularized, in fact, by KBC as well. The word was lifeline. So, who is your lifeline? There are moments when we often feel like giving up. It seems like there's no energy to go on, nothing seems to be working. And in that weak moment, we tend to give up, or rather, the phrase which was used in the paragraph that we read. Yes, you got it right. The phrase was surrendering to the situation. So, surrendering to the situation means giving up. I would never recommend surrendering to the situation. However bad it seems at that point in time, things do turn around and things start getting better. What was the phrase in the extract which indicated that things get better or things will get better? Absolutely. The phrase was things will look up or things are looking up. Okay. So basically, when things turn around, there is a ray of hope. You can use this phrase, things are looking up. And on that positive note, we end this engaging session of reading and words associated with reading. As I always do, I will yet again recommend read, repeat, sleep. A sure, short mantra for success in life.